Hey everyone, happy Monday. I'm back. I know, don't mind the hair, guys. It's currently crazy right now. As you can see. All right. So, my topic today, I really wanted to discuss on being a homeless parent. I was a homeless mom before the pandemic, leading into the pandemic. It was a challenge due to getting out of a toxic situation. Don't mind the kids back there. They being a little crazy. See what I'm saying? All right, so got the coffee, as you can see. All right, nothing is going to prepare you to be homeless. That is for sure. But you can always make the best of it, just as long as you're willing to put the work in. See what I'm saying? You don't want to go move in with no family members because they be. And you just willing to take a leap of faith. Power to you. See what I'm saying? You willing to go out there and go put your butt on the line, go put your family in a homeless shelter to better your situation? Now that is a superpower. See what I'm saying? All right, guys, so let's dive into it real quick. So I knew I was going to be homeless, and I've been homeless with 4 kids and pregnant, and I've been homeless with 5 kids with a new baby, and it was a challenge. So, first things first, we didn't move into a homeless shelter right away. Basically, it took us 14 business days because, and I had to sit down with a caseworker from 7 a.m. to 4. We basically worked with having the kids now. Keep in mind, having the kids now. Now, if your kids go to school and you're a homeless parent and you explain your situation to the school, there's after-school programs for school-aged kids and lunches and all of that. They can really help you with your school-aged kids. Now, if you have a bunch of small kids like mine, it can be a challenge. They're going to be with you, okay? I really had to push through it. Sat down with my caseworker. From 7 a.m. she wanted to see me like 7 a.m. to 4. And that's how it was. She gave me a lunch break, obviously, gave me a lunch voucher to go run over 4 or 5 city blocks to go catch lunch, which was okay, which was great. It was an hour lunch break. And sometimes, depending on your situation or your story, you may be placed in a homeless shelter sooner, but due to my situation and being new in a state, because I actually left the state that I was in, got on a Greyhound and took off to another state. It was, I had to, okay? Now there's only certain things they can do. Now basically you have to be a resident like 30 days, which I wasn't, so yeah. She gave us hotel vouchers, which was great, and burned up some majority of her time. So from 7 a.m. to 4 every day, I had the kids with me, except for Saturdays and Sundays, which I will talk about. And I've seen a lot of homeless parents in there. And I'm just going to be real with you guys, because this is my channel. Finally, we back in motion, baby. I get excited. I always get so worked up, alright? I have noticed, I have always been, hey, if we're homeless, if we're sleeping out on the streets, if we have a roof over our head, you know what I mean? No matter what situation we are in, we're going to leave it up to God's hands. We're going to do what we can day by day. Listen, guys, I understand. It's a sad moment. It's a sad moment. Whatever your situation is, you're homeless because of whatever time, you are gonna have to adapt. And I noticed with me and my situation at the time, I'm telling you guys, I was sitting in that office for hours, having the kids bouncing around, people asking me questions, staring at me, calling me names. I had to dump my bag out. Listen, at the time, yeah, I was feeling a little bad. I was feeling a little remorseful that I just took my family and basically just packed up and went to another state with not really having a game plan, and off of the mercy of God. Thank God I had good people working with me, great people. caseworkers, they really, really do try to help you to the best of their abilities. All right. So she would refer me. She would call me at the end of the day. I would do all this paperwork. Now, I was doing public assistance, transportation applications, if I could get free bus tickets in the waiting room. I was doing subsidized housing applications. I was applying for food stamps. I was applying for cash if I could. Now, listen, guys. Listen, okay? My situation, now I know. They're going to ask me, hey, did you call this person? Did you call that person? Did you fill this out? Did you fill that out? Every single time. Yes, 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 yes. Here's the proof. Here's the paperwork. I did this online. I did that online. Here's your copies of your birth certificate, social security cards, IDs, whatever you need. Here you go. Now, I was taking inventory for people around me, and a lot of people were disrespectful, and most people don't really care. Now, in my situation, and we had no place to go, okay? So I was doing that during the day. Bet your butt I was, and even into the homeless shelter as we continue on. At the end of the day, she would call me and she would be like, hey, call me by my name, talk to me privately, I have a lot of caseworkers in their cubicles around there. Ain't no shame, guys. Listen, ain't no shame. We're going to stop this real quick. If you are in a homeless situation or you gonna be about to be homeless, all right, just know it's only a temporary situation. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel bad about it. Don't be self-talking to yourself all negative. It ain't going to help nobody. It really, really isn't. I've been there. I have done that. I know what it's like not to brush your teeth or your hair or to wear the same clothes every day. I know what it's like to walk miles and miles, 14 city blocks. I know what it's like to walk 22 miles in one day. I've done it. I know it. It's really a grind. All right? Moving on. And each time, for the next, several days, she was like, hey, I'm going to recommend for you to go over to the Salvation Army, and they can possibly place you. Possibly. Okay, and it was already 4 o'clock. They do intakes at 5. Now, I was on foot. Sometimes they had bus cards. Sometimes they didn't. I had the kids. I had a double stroller. I was really hustling. Sometimes I would have to carry my kids' bags. Sometimes I would have to put them down below. My oldest daughter didn't want to walk sometimes. We had blisters. We were wet sometimes. We were cold sometimes. It was hot in Philadelphia. Both, baby. Sometimes it'll be snowing. Sometimes the sun will be shining. You see what I'm saying? Guys, I love to joke, so can't help it. I can't help it, all right? And even at the time, I only had a certain amount of phone battery left, which, if I had to do it again, please get a tripod and an extra battery, Olivia. Anywho, and she'd be like, hey, they're doing intakes at 5 o'clock. You need to be waiting in that line at 4:45. The very latest, get there by 5:30, but get there. Talk to this lady over there. Bless her heart and soul, Lord. And we had to walk 14 city blocks. When I say these blocks are huge, blocks are huge, guys. Blocks are huge, okay? All right. I would get there by 5, and this is what I like to do. She'd be coming into work. I would acknowledge everybody. A lot of people are going to be waiting in line, which they were. By the time she would get to me and the kids, she did our intake. She had no place for us to go. Based off of my family size, places get really, 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 really tight. All right? Now, if you had one kid, they could put you, in a bed. They could put you somewhere. Most times they don't, all right? And she knew from my caseworker bringing the word on, like, hey, this girl, she's doing all of her paperwork. She has a good reputation, which I liked. I like to hustle. I always take care of the kids first. They're always going to eat. They're always going to have clothes on their back. They don't need to worry about where we going, all right? I always made it a game. Like, we ain't no homely. We ain't no homeless up in here. anyway, guys, I really did have to keep up the positive faith with the kids and keep up on their maintenance and stuff first and foremost every single day. They ask where we going, we're going to go over and we're going to go take care of some grown-up business real quick. In the meantime, you guys can play, just respect everybody else. I have to get out of here, kids. And this lady, she works super hard. The first day she seen me, she goes, oh my God, you know, for a family your size, you know, me and the 4 kids, I was pregnant at the time and it was packed, guys. This Salvation Army, sometimes they have permanent housing in certain Salvation Armies. I know in Philadelphia, New Jersey, places like that, New York, they have, I may be wrong, but they have permanent housing in this Salvation Army I was at, and it was full. It was packed. Guys, she was like, I don't have enough room for you, but I have an idea for you. All right? And she's like, this idea, don't mind the kids back there. She's like, this idea, you may not like it, but I don't want to see you. Because I told her, I said, listen, lady, please don't waste my time. Sun is going down. You see what I'm saying? If I have to, I'm just going to go try to figure it out. Guys, I'm just going to go figure it out. And she was like, this may be not, come here, come and follow me. So she took me all the way upstairs and she opened up the door. Okay, I'm coming. All right, guys, I may have to cut this short. She opened up the door and she goes, it's a storage space, and there was stuff all over the place. There was stuff all over the place. I was so nervous. She goes, you can stay here for the night, but 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh, anyway, I gotta, kids, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get out of here. I gotta go get the kids. I'll pop back in here later, give you some story time.